What's up, everybody? It's Ghost Cult Keefe, and you're watching The Weekly Ritual. What's up, everybody? I hope you're hanging in there in pandemic day 8,332. We are hanging in here at Ghost Cult HQ in Brooklyn, New York, and around the world, and we're just plugging away on news, reviews, interviews, and anything else we can to help you get through your day. And this is a recap of those stories of the week, ending in May 22nd. Starting off this week, discussing some feature coverage here at Ghost Cult, we honored the 10-year anniversary of the passing of Ronnie James Dio, legendary heavy metal singer of Rainbow, Black Sabbath, and his own solo career, as well as other projects. It seems unreal that he is gone for 10 years, but at least in his absence, Dio has become huge in the memory and hearts of everybody, with a lot of tributes and bands like Last in Line and the Dio Disciples and Dio Returns hologram tour and many, many reissues and loving tributes to him. There is a book on the way, although delayed, but of course, we love you, Ronnie, and we miss you. Another feature honoring a lost fallen hero. Chris Cornell died 3 years ago this week, and we posted a fond remembrance of him, put down a masterful career with Soundgarden, Temple of the Dog, Audio Slave, and his own solo career that was award-winning. We miss you, Chris. On the interview front this week at Ghost Cult, we ran our humbling interview with Thomas Gabriel Fisher of Triptykon, Celtic Frost, Hellhammer, and most recently Triumph of Death. Of course, Triptykon still bringing us treats and great music from across history with their recent release of Requiem live at Roadburn with the Metropole Orchestre. This was a live performance at Roadburn 2019, full orchestra, and Thomas Gabriel Fisher and his band Triptykon, which now includes Hannes Grossman, famous for many bands, Obscura and Necrophagist, and just an incredible performance. Started back with Celtic Frost in 1987, continued in 2006, and now finally Requiem is complete. Check it out. Out now from Century Media Records. Every time I say coronavirus, COVID-19, or pandemic, you take a shot. We'll have a lot more fun that way. But we'll give you all the bad news cancellations right up front here today. First and foremost, Guns N' Roses canceled their North American tour. The only thing that could stop Guns N' Roses is a worldwide plague, of course. We're hopeful they're going to rebook for next year. As we speculated and said many times, a lot of these tours haven't been canceled or postponed yet because it's insurance liability. Bands don't want to lose the revenue, and if there's a chance that they can rebook before they announce the cancellation, postponement, etc., fans are less likely to ask for a refund unless they absolutely need it. Of course, everyone is on hard times, so look, if you need your money back, they understand, but certainly also this money already spent on tickets for the 2020 concert season that isn't happening, or festival season that isn't happening. Certainly, if you can not ask for a refund, it's not a bad idea. It helps support your bands. I've talked to a lot of people, and they seem to be interested in going next year and just holding on to those tickets. But obviously, a lot of other people are struggling, and maybe you can't. It's fine. It is what it is, unfortunately. Nine Inch Nails apparently had a headline tour planned for the fall that was as yet unannounced, and unfortunately it is officially canceled based on a social media post from Trent Reznor. Obviously, we would have loved a headline tour from Trent and the project. In the meantime, he's going to continue to work on some scoring projects. As you know, Trent and Atticus Ross of Nine Inch Nails are award-winning, Oscar and Grammy award-winning composers for movies like The Social Network and Westworld and all kind of Watchmen on HBO, all kinds of stuff. So they're going to work on some soundtrack stuff. Apparently there are some deluxe Nine Inch Nails reissues in the works that Trent has been working on for a long time that are going to see the light of day this year or early next year. So he's going to work on that stuff. Maybe write some new music too. That'd be really exciting. So unfortunately no tour, but at least Trent is going to continue to be a productive force as he has the last few years. Super sad to hear that the big, huge metal tour from Megadeth, Lamb of God, Trivium, and In Flames is also postponed, but rescheduled to next year, next summer. Tremendous amount of feelings of goodwill for Dave Mustaine, who just beat cancer. Megadeth has a new record they're just in the studio now working on. Lamb of God's new album is coming out in June. Trivium just released their new record, What the Dead Men Say, and In Flames is still touring behind Eye the Mask. So we look forward to that tour next year on the horizon with many, many tours. As a close friend of mine said, 2021 and 2022 are going to be friggin' awesome. But in the meantime, we have to see how this all plays out. Another tour that bit the dust Deftones, Gojira, and Poppy. I was personally looking forward to this one. Deftones has also got a new record pretty much almost done and highly anticipated, as is Gojira's new record. So that was quite a tour bill. No word yet on when it's going to be rescheduled, but the hope is that it will be. Rammstein, we've been reported on Rammstein every week lately. Rammstein has also canceled their entire European tour, but rebooked for next summer. It's expected that their US tour will suffer the same fate, unfortunately. I know a lot of people were really looking forward to them coming back over here. They were here 3 years ago. Fantastic, incredible show. If you've never seen Rammstein, you have to. And there's been a lot of talk that maybe this is the last world tour for them as they're getting older and looking toward other opportunities, including possible retirement. So hopefully Europe has been rescheduled. I expect the US tour will be rescheduled. Another highly anticipated tour that has been sadly canceled due to Take a Shot is Industrial Strength Tour with Ministry, KMFDM, and Frontline Assembly, 3 legendary bands of the industrial music genre. Ministry is, of course, working on a brand new album. We got a new single recently, and certainly would love to see those 3 bands team up and tour. That is definitely postponed until next year. Fucking sirens. Another tour that was sadly canceled, the Black Crowes' highly anticipated reunion tour between the 2 brothers, with Chris and Rich Robinson reuniting last fall for several shows, including LA and New York, and an appearance on the Howard Stern Show. The band has totally postponed their tour till next summer, so it's good that they're still gonna get together and come back next year. Maybe in the meantime they can write some music together since they have a renewed kindred spirit. It's a pretty incredible band that includes members of Chris's previous bands and Isaiah from Earthless, who we're huge fans of. So things to look forward to from the Black Crowes camp, but sadly not that tour right now. Motorhead released a brand new video for We Are the Road Crew in support of the global road crew, all the tour managers and bus drivers and merch slingers and everybody that's out of work right now because of the concert shutdown. They released a new video and support with a charity fund for those people, which is really huge. Obviously, Lemmy would be proud. He wrote that song. He was in the road crew. He was Jimi Hendrix's roadie famously before he joined Hawkwind and later to form Motorhead. So super cool, and definitely go check that video out in the links below. Enslaved. We are finally getting brand new Enslaved music in 2020. Homebound, the brand new single, is going to be released with a video on Friday, May 22nd from Nuclear Blast and by Norse Records, and it's actually, as a special treat to the fans, going to be released with a special limited edition 7-inch record, limited to 500, and coming with a special t-shirt as well. The first taste of the new record from Enslaved Utgard coming next fall. Gale is releasing a brand new album, Prison, on Sargent House next August, and he released a brand new single and video for a song called Gun Time. The new Gale record is written in collaboration with Ben Chisholm, who you might know from Chelsea Wolf's band. Super stoked for this new Gale music. Shinedown has a brand new single, Atlas Falls, coming out on May 22nd. I got a chance to hear it a little early. It is fantastic. Great classic Shinedown sound. The song will benefit frontline healthcare workers via directrelief.org. You see a lot of bands and organizations dedicating money and funds to direct relief all across the world. And great job by Shinedown putting this new music out. It's their first new music since their last record, Attention, Attention. Concert photographer Nathaniel Shannon has teamed up once again with MetalSucks.com to create another charity fundraiser for tour managers, road crew, venues, etc. Nathaniel has shot everybody you can imagine in the music world, and he's selling high-quality prints at an auction on eBay and also through his site, which I believe is nathanielshannon.com/COVID-19. We'll have the link below in the description if you want to contribute. Brazilian thrashers Nervosa have been in the news lately. They had a big split between Priyanka and their other 2 members, Fernanda and Luana, and now Fernanda and Luana have formed a brand new thrash band called Crypta. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, or Crypt, probably in Spanish. Any new music coming from this group of people is exciting. Priyanka's already got a brand new version of Nervosa ready to go, including members of famous Brazilian thrash members of bands, as well as a Botsex bass player. So really cool and interesting stuff there from Nervosa. Looking forward to a new record from them coming soon on Napalm Records. A.A. Williams just dropped a brand new music video for her song Melt. Melt is coming off her new record Forever Blue, coming this July on the Bella Union label. Fans of Emma Ruth Rundle, Louise Lemon, Chelsea Wolfe will all love A.A. Williams. Really underrated. Check her out. Body Count, Body Count. Body Count is back with a brand new single and video, Point the Finger, featuring Riley Gale of Power Trip, our dude. We love that dude. We love Body Count. We love Ice-T. Actually, one of the very last things Ghost Cult did before the pandemic was go to the Ice-T listening party for his record release. Carnivore is out now from Century Media. They filmed the entire music video with cell phones and then edited it up and chopped it up, and I did it. Actually incredible job. Body Count was doing select shows for record release things, and now they will hopefully continue to put out really cool content for the fans. BPMD, the all-star supergroup covers band of Bobby Blitz, Mike Portnoy, Mark Mengi, and Phil Demmel, is coming out with their debut record, American Made, on Napalm Records next month, and they just put out a brand new single, Evil, which you may know. It is a classic American blues song, made famous by the band Cactus in the 70s. Cactus, super underrated American proto-heavy metal, pre-metal band, but really great heavy rock, really cool, very influential and underground. And BPMD, very excited. A bunch of covers so far, very much like in the vein of Metal Allegiance, and very interested to see what they do. Blitz can sing anything. I know people are used to hearing him with Overkill, and he has that very distinctive voice, but he can actually sing just about anything. So I'm really excited about that band and that record. Check it out. Scorpions was set to kick off their Sin City Nights residency in Las Vegas on July 4th at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino and Resort. That has been postponed indefinitely. They are looking at rebooking dates for 2021. Scorpions, 50 years of Scorpions is kind of hard to believe. They're still kicking ass, and looking forward very much to new Scorpions music and obviously more tours, and that Vegas residency rebooked for 2021. German band Mantar, kind of D-beat, blackened, crust punk band that we were very impressed with the last few years. Saw them at Maryland Death Fest a couple of years ago. They're coming out with a killer grunge covers EP. That's right, Sonic Youth, L7, 7 Year Bitch, and weirdly, Mazzy Star, so also alternative rock. They put out a brand new single and video for Mazzy Star song Ghost Highways. That's 2 Mazzy Star covers by heavy bands in the last couple of weeks. Binary Code's new album has a cover of Fade Into You, their classic all-time favorite song. But Mantar, super excited about this covers project, and then hopefully new Mantar music to follow. A band we're huge fans of here at Ghost Cult, Zimbabwe's Dividing the Element extreme metal band, has a new single out, Pakaipa. I hope I pronounced that correctly, and apologies if I did not. We will link it below. Badass band, badass song. Definitely worth your attention. Ulcerate has a brand new video out for the song Dissolved Orders. Ulcerate, incredible brand new album out now on Debemor Morte record label, and Ulcerate, one of the best blackened extreme bands right now. The video is sick. Mercyful Fate is releasing a new series of reissues. The Beginning and Return of the Vampire are those 2 records you should be on the lookout for this summer. You can pre-order them now at the link below at metalblade.com, one of the oldest and best metal labels in the whole world. Dropkick Murphys, next Friday, May 29th, they're going to do a streaming out of Fenway, kind of like a straight out of Compton, but streaming out of Fenway live stream concert featuring Bruce Springsteen. Insane. Dropkick Murphys, a favorite of Ghost Cults from the time when I lived in Boston and saw several Dropkick shows as well as around the country. Legendary Celtic punk rock band, and The Boss. They seem like a match made in heaven. They tour partners and friends, and The Boss and Dropkick Murphys in a live stream. Pretty cool. And finally, Dee Snider will be putting out a brand new DVD Blu-ray package for The Love of Metal Live from his killer world tour. Dee's For the Love of Metal record is incredible. It's out now. Was produced by Jamie Jostin, co-written and worked on with Jamie Josta, and Dee stepped up, put a new solo album out that is absolutely killer. We are huge fans of Dee's. Actually also a bucket list interview for Ghost Cult, so if you're listening out there, Dee, we would love to chat with you, as we do every week here On the weekly ritual, we run down who's doing cool stuff in streaming while we're all trapped at home, feeling miserable, and these bands are trying to keep themselves entertained, stay in touch with the fans, and uplift our spirits, which we really appreciate. First and foremost, Charlie Benante of Anthrax, we salute you, bringing back SOD for a third, that's right, third cover of an SOD song. Charlie, Scott Ian, Dan Lilker, and Mike Patton of Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, and many more bands. Those guys covered Speak Spanish or Die, which Mr. Bungle played in New York City at the show I attended in February. Killer cover. Broke the internet kind of for a day. People's mind were blown. It's very possible that Mr. Bungle will record Speak Spanish or Die for their upcoming EP, which includes Scott Ian in the band now, as well as Dave Lombardo and a few other Bungleites. So super excited about anything Mr. Patton puts his name on. And again, more SOD, bring it on. We love it. Another super shout out to another drummer bringing joy to others with streaming. Diamond DaveMcClain of Sacred Reich has done an awesome cover along with Lizzie Hale, Phil Demmel, Mike Inez, and Richie the Falcon Faulkner of Judas Priest, where they covered Thin Lizzy's classic Bad Reputation. Bad Reputation is one of my favorite songs ever by Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy is one of the most underrated, greatest bands ever, by the way. If you could have like a band that's great and also underappreciated, Thin Lizzy is it. Mike Inez has a Philo statue in his house, which you can see during his performance of the song. Amazing stuff. Lizzie Hale nails it from Hailstorm. She rules. The song rules. Thank you, Dave, and all. CHTHONIC, the Taiwanese extreme metalers, streamed an entire concert that they filmed 50,000 people taking over the capital area in Taiwan, performing a full concert, Taiwan Victory. Incredible concert. I watched some of this right before this taping. It is mind-blowing. It almost looks like an Olympics or a national parade of some kind. And the band is performing and everybody is into it. Incredible, incredible video. Arcturus, legendary extreme metal band which is making a comeback in 2020, is also putting on a live stream event. You may know that Arcturus also features ICS Vortex, formerly of Dimmu Borgir, in that band. But they're putting on a streaming event. Super excited about any potential new Arcturus music. We rated their last record rather highly. They have not toured as much here in the States, but would love to get them back in the USA, get a new album from them. Very, very exciting stuff. Tons of new records coming out for May 22nd, New Music Friday, including American Terror, Barren Womb, Blue-Eyed Christ, Capra, Caligula's Horse, Japan's Crossfaith, big fan of those guys, saw them on Warped Tour back in the day. Her Chariot Awaits is coming out with their debut self-titled album, which features shredder Mike Orlando and European operatic and rock singer Aileen, who is incredible. Imagine like Evanescence with shreddy, thrashy, awesome, progressive, gothic rock metal. Really badass, really badass. And we have an interview with Mike Orlando coming up soon. Mountaineer coming out their album Bloodletting on Life Force Records. Really excited about that band. Old Man Gloom is finally releasing their Seminar 9 physical release after surprise dropping 2 records basically in a span of a few weeks a couple of months ago. Another bunch of awesome records we're looking forward to. Revenge's new record on Season of Mist. Tem 9 box set coming from Sargeist. Pretty cool. As well as our buddies in War Cloud, the Earhammer Sessions, old school traditional heavy metal and thrash metal. We interviewed our friend Nicholas Burks. That's also coming up soon. 2 other new records you don't want to miss. The new record from Tunnel, and finally Wolftooth Valhalla on Ripple Music. That's your New Music Friday overview. Check out our new posts on the site every Friday for the full list and buy links where you can support bands and underground labels. Taking a look at our mailbag, do a little rundown every week of what we're using to keep occupied during this quarantine, stuff we've been sent, stuff we pull off the bookshelf we think you might enjoy. First up, this amazing King's X book. Greg Prado also wrote a recent Soundgarden biography. This is an incredible accounting of King's X's entire career. Super great band. Terribly underrated. They have a new record coming out in 2020 at some point. Hopefully not going to get pushed back. And an incredible, probably the most incredible thing about this book is it's a lot of personal accounts of every album and every era of the band, and it's a band that's had a lot of trials and tribulations. And so Greg has done a masterful job interviewing everybody, interviewing people around them, and friends and peers and former managers and record label owners, all about King's X. Possibly the most underrated band of heavy music history. So this book by Greg Prato for King's X, pick this up if you're a fan. Here's a little book I like to keep at my desk. The Pocket David Bowie. Look at this awesomeness. I picked this up a few years ago in Portland, Oregon at the legendary Powell Books. Shout out to Portland. Shout out to Powell Books. Sometimes when I need just to pull out the cartridge, blow in it, and put it back in the deck, I pick up this book and I flip it open. And I open to a random page and I read some David Bowie wisdom. I'm going to read you one now. If I hadn't learned to be a musician and a writer, it wouldn't have mattered what I did. Esquire, March 2004. A pretty incredible book. It's got little annotations with the black star on it at the bottom for Bowie's final record put out right before he passed away. So hard to believe that we're living in an age without Lemmy, without Bowie, without Prince. These things hurt, but things like this make me feel better. A record I've been spinning a lot this week, it's not new music, it's actually rather old, is Horseburner. This album is actually not their most recent record, which was the amazing Thief from last year that I gave a very high grade to. Love that band. Great live, great on record. But this is their record beforehand. Dead Souls, Barren Soil. Also just a strong record, man. We're just really big fans of these guys. If you love Baroness and old Kailisa and old Red Fang and early Mastodon, this is a band that kind of combines all those things into a swirl and then chugs it down. Further in the mailbag, this is my Gilead Media package. So this is going to be my awesome package of stuff that I got. This is a limited 7-inch single from False. False is one of my favorite bands. Great American black metal band. Let's see if we can get a load of this cool artwork. It came with a bunch of stickers, pretty neat, with a bunch of different logos. Gilead Media is incredible. They have bands like Yellow Eyes, Theories, and of course, False. Fantastic label. I mean, I could probably run out of breath trying to name all their amazing bands. Oh, yes, this is the limited edition colored vinyl, so we're going to pull this out. Sick. And then finally, this is another good old EP, sort of single release. This is the new Prong EP, Age of Defiance. Have you seen our recent interview with Tommy Prong from last year, Tommy Victor? This was a great little project. He started to write a full album, and he had a couple of songs he really was digging, and wanted to put those out sooner. He also had some cool live tracks, some classic Prong songs that he wanted to put out that were live, great live versions. That's actually a colored vinyl 12-inch EP, and it's definitely worth picking up. We'll see when Tommy's going to get around to making another full-length album. He had touring planned all this summer with Danzig for the Danzig 2 Lucifuge 30th anniversary tour, which was to include Psycho Las Vegas. Was hoping that Prong would get another big tour offer and continue to tour the world, because we saw Prong last fall and they were on fire. Killer stuff. Got to be a Prong fan. Take us to a Prong show. That's the mailbag. That's the weekly ritual. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Please take care of yourselves. Please take care of each other. If you know any frontline healthcare workers, please buy them a coffee, sing them a song, give them a hug, buy them a donut, buy them some groceries, walk their dog for them, give them a hug. Keep your mind sharp. Don't pay attention to conspiracy theories. They're bullshit. And we'll see you next week. Peace.